Honestly, I think the last time I went to the Dub House, I was St. Patrick's Day in like 2017 when I was still in barber school. Yeah, it was quite a while ago. And yeah, it got rowdy. I went with some of the guys, those guys and gals that I was in school with. And yeah, all those guys love to drink Crown Apple.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just doing shots of like Crown Apple and Ciroc all night. And then ended up going over to one of the guys' houses afterwards and just continued drinking. And yeah, I don't know how I survived that night. Because I also lived like way down south at the time. I made it home at some point.
You're like, I have no idea how I got here, but we got here safely.
We're here. Yeah. I want to pull the glasses off.
Oh, yeah. I've also noticed at this length, my hair really wants to like part right here, but it can't like decide quite where it wants to part along that line.
It's got a bit of a natural part. I mean, we can try and work with that a little bit. I would, because I mean, as your hair gets longer, it's going to start to have that whatever it wants to do kind of mentality. Right. So I would just kind of work with it. So. Okay. Yeah, I think that would be fine. So we can still just kind of cut it nice and balanced and square. That way you can just continue to toss it back and let it do.
Yeah, because when I'm styling it and I do kind of like try to toss it back, this strip right here just gets like fluffy out. You know, like
okay. Does it try to like be up here?
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't want to like pick a side, so it's kind of hard to like. I don't know if I want to do like the side part like comb over, kind of like fucking like Obi-Wan in episode 3 of Star Wars, you know, like everything's all combed over that way. It's like a big part there, or just kind of keep trying to like blend in the part area.
I mean, it's going to come down to personal preference on what you want to do. I mean, you can just comb it in and make it look nice and neat if you want. I think it doesn't look bad to just kind of like get it all back and like kind of parted, but not like force it. Just leave it, just let it do its kind of thing. But you know, this kind of depends. Like if you're not cool with the just kind of casual no care kind of thing, then I mean, take a comb and comb it in, throw some product in, and you can get it to kind of sit where you want it to sit. But I don't think it looks bad to just, even like how you're just chilling right now. Like I think that looks kind of neat to just kind of have it. Like some of it's going this way, some of it's going that way.
Cool. Yeah, because I tried to like, I guess, make it hard to find with like combing it out.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of getting into as far as like styles and trends go, where they're just more casual is kind of in.
Yeah.
You know, we've kind of moved away from the super styled, like perfect parts and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we all went through that phase for a bit throughout the 2010s.
Did you ever get like a little design shit inside of your head?
No, I was never into all that. Did you?
Lightning bolt, man. It felt pretty cool. Shit lasted like 2 weeks.
Yep.
Horrible.
Yeah, that's the problem with the designs, is that you have to like be one of those people, that just gets haircuts like every week or two and just constantly gets it redone or gets a new one done. Yeah, I mean that shit just grows back super quick, especially at those really, really tight lengths. Like you notice it and it grows back way faster.
Yeah, it was on like almost a skin fade too. So
yeah.
Really popped out. Yeah, it looks similar to the first hair. Coolest skin.
And yeah, that shit's not cheap either for the designs. Yeah. Like I've heard of some barbers charging like hair or tattoo prices to do a design, and then that shit's not permanent.
Yeah, I won't. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was
$50 for a design.
Yeah. That's super, super expensive. Some people charge even more for like super intricate stuff. I never understood it. Like I never got into or liked that whole thing in the first place. It was never for me. Never bothered to learn it. I mean, I can't draw for shit anyways. I used to draw when I was a kid, but that was a long time ago, and I never like, yeah, I never kept up on it. And even like then, I never did any like original designs or characters or anything like that. Like the stuff that I drew, I would uh, like copy pretty much, like not like tracing copy, but like just look at something and just recreate it. Mostly just like Dragon Ball Z stuff. Like that was my main thing was just finding stills from the show and just redrawing them.
Awesome.
I was pretty decent at doing that, but yeah, I could never come up with my own stuff. Anytime I tried to come up with my own thing, it just was not good. And like shading was always really difficult for me. And I never got into color work either. Like everything I did was just
sketch.
Sketch stuff. Super rough.
My little brother started out that way. He's a pretty fucking good artist, honestly, but he started off just copying Spider-Man 1,000 times.
Oh, nice.
Like sketchbooks full of exclusively Spider-Man.
Nice.
He's really good at that.
Yeah, I used to have just this binder full of all the artwork that I did, but I no idea what happened to that. I'm sure my mom tossed it randomly through like a manic cleaning episode one day. One
or lost in the moon or something.
Yeah. I wish I kept up with it. I just got into drugs and bad habits when I was in high school, so I just completely stopped.
Sometimes I'll sit down with him and he's painting or drawing or whatever and try to do something, but it's always so disheartening.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his shit and I'm like, wow, that is realistic. I'm drawing stick figures, so that's great.
Yeah, every once in a blue moon, I get the itch to give it a whirl, and I get a few lines in, and I'm just like, why am I doing this? This is garbage. I can't even like do like just random little doodles and sketches anymore. Like I've even lost that because even throughout high school when I was getting up to no good, me and my buddies, we get like stoned or whatever and just sit there and just do like little doodles. Like one of the things we used to spend a lot of time on is we would just get like one sheet of paper, like a printer paper. Sometimes we'd even go like with big old like sketch pads, and we'd sit there with just like a whole pack of Sharpies, and we'd all just like doodle on the same pad and just kind of like build on what each other was doing.
That's cool.
And we came up with some cool stuff, but I've tried to even just sit and do that, and I can't do that anymore.
That's funny.
I used to do that shit all the time. Oh, thanks. Yeah.
It helps close up the space better.
Yeah. Hide some of that garbage. I might try and like do something on that wall. I've even been thinking about even bringing that closer.
Space.
Yeah, and like dropping it a little lower to just like because from here like you can still see some of that garbage. So if it was like hanging here instead, it would cover like a lot more. Yeah. But that's a task. That'll be another task. That took me almost 2 hours to get that, and it's still not perfect, but I might try it one of these days. Because when I move it closer, it needs to be a lot further down. And if it's a lot further down, then the chains need to start from like way further out. So that could be an issue with the garage door situation.
Yeah, getting in the way of the track.
Yeah, so that's a task that I will try to do when I feel like spending upwards of like 4 hours doing that.
Yeah, and after you're trying to kill them.
Right now, it's not ultra important. It does the job. It's there. Yeah, man, I paid, it was $6 for the custom banner, and then another $6 just to have it shipped from China. So $12 all in, like not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all, dude. It's a meal at a fast food place,
right?
Crazy, yeah.
Hell, almost less compared to depending on where you go and what you get. Like
if you get like the fancy special burger or whatever, like
pretty sure, yeah. Hell, a Big Mac combo, like depending on what size drink and fries you get, is probably more than that now.
Probably. God, that's crazy to think about. I feel like as a kid it was like $4.
Yeah. It was super cheap back in the day. Yeah, a combo meal from McDonald's, like a Big Mac, was definitely only like $6-7.
Yeah.
Because I remember when was it like Carl's Jr. or whatever released like the $6 burger or like the $8 burger or something like that. And it was like a big deal.
Whoa, better be a really good burger for $8.
Because they were like, yeah, it's like the restaurant style $8 burger. It's huge and it's good. And now it's just like, you. Dollar menu items are now $3.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't even have dollar. They call it the value menu. Now. Like,
and there's zero value in it whatsoever. And when we eat McD's, we exclusively order through the app. The app is the only way to get a good deal.
Really?
Yeah,
that's good to know.
Yeah, there's always like buy one get one shit, or you can like earn rewards and stuff to get stuff for free. We went to Burger King the other day because we got some coupons in the mail. We hadn't been to Burger King in a while, so I downloaded the app to see like what kind of deals they may have in the app. And the app deals were complete garbage. Like the coupons that we got in the mail were on average like $3 less than the app deals.
You think that would be the other way around? Them trying to like encourage using the
right. That's generally how most places are these days, where they really, really want you to use their app, so they give you screaming hot deals on there.
Yeah, but you can send your notifications and collect your data.
I wonder if Burger King is just having a struggle and they're just trying to get people to come there.
Maybe
and that's why the paper deals are really good. But who knows?
I hadn't eaten fast food much for like, I don't know, like a year or so before I started working at the dispensary recently. I like was on like a health food kick. I dated like this vegan chick for a while. Went vegan for like 2 months and then felt incredibly hungry and shaky all the time.
Yeah, I can't do vegan. My allergies won't allow like vegan and vegetarian diets because I have a nut allergy. So
oh shit, yeah, you're yeah, you totally
I can't exist on that diet. I've attempted to do it, like cook vegan and vegetarian meals, and like so much of the stuff is like nut proteins. So,
it's all nut proteins or like the soy-based proteins, which are fucking horrible for you.
Gross.
Now, but working at the dispensary really started eating a lot more fast food because everybody else there always is ordering
it's the
shit.
Quick lunch. And I mean, all of those spots are right there.
Exactly, yeah. So I've been eating more McDonald's than I...
Same with us. Yeah. Like we cook probably 95% of our meals, but every once in a while it's just like neither of us feel like cooking. Like that was the other night. Like we hadn't been to the grocery store. All we had in the fridge was like we had a pound of ground turkey and 1 chicken breast and like nothing else to cook with.
You're like, well, we could have some birds.
Right? Yeah. And we're like, I guess we're going to Burger King. And we generally try to cook and eat relatively healthy, but sometimes we're just fucking lazy. Just don't feel like making anything.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. When I cook at home, I try to be healthy and use as many like actual ingredients as I can.
Make real food.
Yeah. But then my boss calls me early in the morning. He's like, "Can you come in early? If you do, I'll buy you breakfast." But
I guess I'm having garbage today.
Yeah, I guess I'm eating McDonald's. Which their breakfast is absolutely the best thing.
Yeah, I fuck with an egg McMuffin hard. I don't really do much of anything else for their breakfast, but yeah, an egg McMuffin and a hash brown, all about that.
Their hash browns slap.
Yeah, especially when they're like fresh, like fresh oil and freshly fried. Like, yeah, that's just good.
Through the bag a little bit. Nice.
I can definitely tell, like, when my hash brown is like the 200th of the morning to have come through the fryer. It's like, ooh, that's some dirty ass oil.
This one's a little stale.
Mm-hmm. I want an egg muffin. I haven't had one in a while.
No, I had that, and then he got me a fucking, what are they called, McGriddle too.
Oh, nice.
Those are good, but like I don't know how people like eat those every day. Like,
I never really fucked with the McGriddle. I like the idea of it.
Yeah,
but McDonald's sausage patties, just I don't enjoy them.
Yeah,
I'm not super into breakfast sausage just in general. But then when it's like cheap, shitty breakfast sausage, like I really don't like it. Generally, the only time I really fuck with breakfast sausage is when it's like a biscuits and gravy kind of situation. So yeah, the sausage with the white gravy, just shit tons of pepper in there,
and it's chunks, not one like
disc
of it.
Yeah, not a disc dry breakfast sausage that's been poorly seasoned or no season at all.
You've seen the like the fully automatic McDonald's?
No. Do we have one here?
I was gonna say I don't think we have one here in Colorado yet. When I saw on TikTok, like I think it's Arizona.
0 humans.
Yeah, not a single human in the entire thing. It's like,
I mean, I'm sure someone's got to show up. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, someone's got to
at least once a week, but like hopefully like once a day.
Yeah.
So make sure everything's like operational and not like poisoning people.
Yeah, some machine's not like leaking something onto another machine.
Yeah, I just love how McDonald's was like, you want higher minimum wage? How about we just replace humans?
Yeah, but we just don't have employees. How about that, guys?
Yeah. Enjoy that, motherfuckers.
No, I thought that was crazy. Like, and you can only order through the app. Just like I guess.
Yeah, you can't even go inside, like it's drive-through only kind of deal.
Yep.
Wow.
It looked like a third of the size of like a normal McDonald's. It looked more like one of the standalone Starbucks than like a McDonald's. It was weird.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna start seeing a hell of a lot more of those.
Probably.
Which I don't know. Like, on the one hand, McDonald's employees are historically just like garbage humans,
right?
That like make it their point in life to ruin your food because they're so fucking miserable with their own lives. Yeah. Like, hey man, you applied at the McDonald's and took the job.
Yeah, you showed up here,
right? Like, don't take it out on me. Like, I just want my fucking egg McMuffin, please.
Yeah.
So, on the one hand, like, at least you know there's going to be consistency.
Yeah.
Like, a machine's not going to have a bad day and start spitting in your fucking food or just, like, make it a terrible experience just because it feels like it. But on the other hand, dystopian future.
Yeah.
Dystopian. You know, just everything is going to be chrome and robots soon. That SpongeBob episode.
Yeah.
Future.
It's here.
We are the future. So that's in Arizona?
I think so. But at least you know there when they say the ice cream machine's broken. Like, it's actually broken.
Right.
It's not someone just lying to you.
Supposedly, it's just a poor design feature of the McDonald's ice cream machines. Like, there's known issues with those machines, I can't remember like the full details of it, but I read like this whole thing about that whole situation and known issues, and it's something like there's some part deep inside the machine that is just so horribly difficult to get to that the best they can really do is send a repairman to like finagle it into working again for a while, and that doesn't always work. Yeah, so like either that to completely dismantle the machine or replace the whole machine, and yeah, it's a whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was because they didn't want to re-clean the machines. That's what I always.
Or was it that? Okay, yeah, maybe it's that. It's probably a combination of
honestly,
yeah, because I think I've heard that
McDonald's,
too.
Like buying the cheapest ice cream machine they can in bulk,
right?
Getting locked into like a contract with that company and being like, well, I guess our ice cream machines are finicky, but we're making money. I don't give.
Yeah, now that you mentioned the cleaning thing, I think I've also heard that is also a thing.
Yeah,
probably a combination.
Because honestly, most restaurants do something of that sort of like, oh yeah, well, we normally serve fries, but it's 5 minutes till close, and we're closing down the fryer. So,
fries kind of thing, I've definitely been in that situation where it's like, nope, this is gonna set me back an hour to getting home. So, nope.
So we're out of that tonight.
At Ani Ann's, they at least. I can't remember the specifics. I only worked there for a winter season once, but I do remember there were certain items that, we just stopped selling after a certain point because it would just set us back so far.
Yeah.
I didn't hate that job. I ate so many pretzels there.
That would be a pretty decent job, I feel like.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Super tasty. But yeah, I had no idea. I went into work one day, and my manager was like, so you're a seasonal employee, so we're not going to need you anymore after today. I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
I wasn't told this upon being hired, but okay. I'm gonna finish my shift, though, because I want this money.
Yeah. So go to apply to other places today. Damn.
I don't think I worked again after that for a while. I was in a place in my life where I had been fired from my first real job before that, got on unemployment, then got the Auntie Anne's job, which didn't pay that much, so I was still collecting unemployment and doing that job. Then I got fired, so I'm going to continue collecting unemployment.
Yeah.
And I was also starting to get really bad into drugs at the time, so whatever, I got free government money, so I'm just going to continue doing. So this is where my microphone died. This is why I've purchased a new microphone. It hasn't arrived yet. It's supposed to arrive today. I'm using the old shitty microphone that I paid way too much for what it is. Anyways, regardless, mic died. Nothing I can do to save the audio because my phone doesn't recapture audio when the mic dies, whatever. So, if you're still watching, there's still some good hair cutting and styling that's going to happen from here, but no speaky, no talkie. Hopefully, I have better luck with my new mics. They are not crummy little cheapos that oh man, my brain is farting away right now. They're not cheap Instagram ads. You can't. They're not just dumb little Temu things. They're actually real audio video hardware from Neewer, which is a real AV company. So I'm actually pretty excited for them. It comes with 2 mics, so now I can start capturing audio of my clients as well as myself and don't have to strap it to my wrist via a hair tie that I found on the floor of my home. But anyways, just enjoy the rest of this haircut here. So right here, of course, I'm on the other side of the camera, but what I'm doing right here is I'm going from his recession, where his hairline in the corner of recession is. I comb apart all the way up to his apex, which is the highest point of his head. and I separate that, and I bring the stuff on the bottom down, and I'll comb across and bring that stuff down, and I'll just what I'm doing is I'm cutting that to match the length of the hair at the parietal ridge, or the upper side of his head. And I'll just take sections. I do kind of a low elevation, and I'll just keep bringing that stuff down and keep matching it up. And yeah, I take a moment to do this. I have no idea what we were talking about at this point. Honestly, I really don't. I recorded this like 2 or 3 weeks ago now. I've been really bad about actually editing. I've recorded a lot of stuff, but yeah, editing is a whole thing. So here I've combed over that whole front triangle of hair, and I just brought it down so I could just match it. Well, not match it, but just bring the longest point and create a line into the parietal ridge there, so it all kind of blends together. That's the real trick with haircuts, is either blending or not blending things. Do you want it to be blended and nice and smooth, or do you want it to be kind of disconnected and piecey and chunky? It's all a bunch of personal preference, really. So let's see, what am I doing from here? Where am I? Well, what's the move? What am I doing? Okay, so I've grabbed some Ruzel grooming tonic. So this stuff's just great to blow dry with. Has a great scent. Has a little bit of tackiness. It's a great way to like blow dry in your shape and just start that styling process without actually using any heavy product. Because this will keep the hair still light and flowy and movable, but it has that little bit of tackiness to help the hair kind of stick together, or have some texture. Whatever it is that you're going for. I love the Ruzel guys. The Shortem Barbier. I don't speak Dutch, so I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but essentially stands for scumbag barbers. Those guys, when I was in cosmetology school, I watched I think it was the 14 original haircuts that they did, that they put out on DVD back in the early 2010s. Watching those videos is what made me want to become a barber in the first place. So here I'm starting the blow dry. So you can see I've got my vent brush, and I just I start by pushing the hair all the way back. Just follow with the blow dryer. Wherever the brush goes, the blow dryer follows. I try to move the blow dryer around when I can. It's hard for me to do on my left hand, so I'm not doing it right now. So I start with pushing it back, and then I'll push it to one side, and then I'll push it back again. I'll push the other side, and what this does is it helps create some movement at the root of the hair, because as we all know, our hair has growth patterns and ways that it likes to grow and do things. And so by utilizing a blow dryer to style the hair, you don't allow your hair the time or opportunity to set into its own ways. By pushing it around and back and forth a bunch, you loosen up those growth patterns and kind of give it some freedom to do other things. So here I've abandoned the brush, and I just started using my hand, just kind of still doing the same thing, moving the hair around a bit. You can see at the front there, I kind of pick it up and pull it forward while blasting it with the blow dryer to try and help create some volume at the front there. And right now I'm full blasting with full heat, full fan power, just really moving that hair around as much as I can. Luke's hair can be kind of tricky because he's got a boatload of hair, but it's all like really fine and wispy. So you really got to just kind of work it a little extra and just be mindful of what you're doing because it can become really frizzy and really unruly quite quickly if you don't know what you're doing. So now what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be refining his outline. I haven't touched his outline yet. So I'm just going the hair over, going around the ear there, and I'm trying to go with the direction that the hair is growing as much as possible. When working with a little bit longer hair like this, where we're having that like flow to the back, I try to use my trimmers with that direction of the flow so as not to cut too deep and still have enough hair to leave it nice and full around the ear. We don't want to white wall anyone. We don't do white walls anymore in the 2020s. Now I'm just refining that edge. Of course, I'm not pointing towards the camera at all, so you have no idea what's going on. You can see that's nice and sharp now. I do really enjoy these Andy slim lines with the T-blade. Once you get them zero gapped, they create some really nice sharp lines. So I'm just doing the same on the other side. Again, just trimming with the directional flow of the hair so as not to white wall them and make sure we have some fullness around the ear there. I'm not used to speaking this much directly into a mic, so my throat is hurting a bit. My mouth is dry. I'm going to drink some water now. Enjoy that nice up close view of my YS Park comb. Shout out to YS Park. Combs are super awesome. They're expensive, but well worth it. I own 6 combs, 3 of 2 different versions. I do not remember the number code, whatever it is. I always forget. I have to look it up every single time I order a new one. But yeah, I've got 3 of each of the 2 that I have, and I've had the oldest ones for I think almost 7 years now, 6-7 years now. So they're freaking awesome. Like you pay $10 to $15 for these combs, but then they last you for freaking ever. Unlike the garbage, cheap, chintzy. Sorry, I was looking a little bit too close at my water bottle, and it looks kind of gross in there. Anyways, they're better than the cheap chintzy like 30-cent combs you can buy at Sally's or your local beauty supply store. The molds suck on those. You know, they always have little plastic edges, and the teeth are sharp. And like if you get someone on the scalp, it hurts. But with the YS Park ones, they got rounded teeth and no molding edges, and they're heat resistant. They're super flexible. They're amazing. So yeah, now here I'm just going through with my my medium and wide tooth comb and just doing. Just a moment ago, I was doing some slide cutting on the side there to help with directional flow, and then here on the back, just doing some shear over comb to help refine the top part of that neck taper that I did, just making sure everything is blended and smooth looking. I'll just go through that a few times. I don't know about if there's any barbers or stylists watching right now, but my favorite part of the haircut is the refining. I'm not the fastest barber or cutter in the world. In fact, I'm pretty dang slow. As you can see, we're coming up on 35 minutes already, and I'm still working. Like a lot of people work way faster than I am. Here I am doing some more slide cutting on the other side. Um, but yeah, I try to get my basic shape and cut in with the wet cut and all that stuff done as fast as I can. And then I try to spend a decent amount of time on the refinement and just making sure everything's sitting nicely and that shape is nice. Now that I work for myself, as you can see, like the reason I work so slow is because I'm so used to working by myself and I don't have time constraints and I'm not like crazy busy all the time. So I just take my time and I chat with people and I just try not to. I don't like making my clients feel rushed at all. Right now, I do 45-minute appointments for haircuts. I was doing hour appointments at my previous space when I had a shampoo bowl and I could still do washes. I knocked it down to 45 minutes with my new space, but I'm thinking of going back up to hour-long services. I like having that time. Where I don't have to feel rushed. I'm not worried about the next person that's coming in. I can take my time. We can have good conversation, and you can just make sure the haircut's done really well. And that's what I care about at the end of the day. Like, obviously, I'm here and I'm doing this because I want to make money, but the most important thing for me is to put out a good product, put out something that I'm actually proud of. So right there, I think I just had a number 2 guard on. I was just kind of tapering his sideburns a little bit, just to get those to blend in a little bit nicer, make them look super neat. And grab my brush. I'm just gonna clean up the little C's in the front, the little hooks. That's what some people call them. I actually don't know what to call them. Some call them the C's, some call them the hooks, some call them the C cups. I've heard. I don't know. Just that bit right there that connects the temple and the sideburn. Just clean that up, make that look neat. Can't believe I've been talking over this video for 15 minutes now. When I popped this mic in, I was planning on just recording a little bit saying that my mic died. And then I was probably just gonna fast forward through the video, but here we are. And we're doing some more slide cutting. This does a couple of things. It helps to debulk a little bit without taking out chunks, and helps give some little directional flow. Any barber or stylist or Cosmo or whatever you call yourself should know, short hairs push longer hairs. So that's the whole idea, is as you're sliding through with your blade, you're creating smaller hairs that can help push and guide the flow of the hair without taking out any weird chunks or doing any of that. So I'm going through with the blow dryer again, roughing it up, getting out some of those little hairs that I just cut out. Then I'm going to go ahead and pull the collar off and the neck paper, neck strip, whatever we call them. And I'm going to get set up to do a neck shave. I do a neck shave on all of my clients for the most part. There are a couple of clients that I've had over the years and that I do currently have that either don't like it, like I'm that way myself. I don't like it. I get ingrowns really bad and irritated, and I touch back there a lot after I get a haircut, and I end up with like pimples or zits or whatever. So I prefer not to have it. And then I've got some people who just already have some pretty bad acne or something going on back there. So I don't do a blade back there. I'll just clean it up with the razor and then like the foil shavers or something if they want. But try not to use the blade in areas or on things that'll irritate the client. At the end of the day, it's all about keeping the client comfortable and feeling good. That's what we're here for. That's what our job is. Throwing on some hot lather. I just use the standard lather time hot lather machine. I've used some other ones, like I've used those like super old school ones. What are they called, like the Lather Kings or something like that? Those are pretty good. Those are awesome, but they're hard to come by and really expensive. I also have tried the wall pump lather machine, and I really like the idea of it, but in practice it sucked. Uh, at least the one that I had, and I don't know if it was the lather machine itself or if it was the solution that I was getting. Because for that machine, if I remember correctly, you had to buy a pre-mixed solution, and yeah, we just always had the worst time trying to get that thing to function. Like it would always just pump out super thin, burning hot liquid, and would just burn your hands instead of like foaming up and lathering properly. So I just went back to the lather time machine. They work great. They're consistent for the most part. Uh, I've worked with a bunch of different ones over the years, and each one does have like you got to know your machine because each one's going to take a different uh, ratio of water to soap. So you got to know your machine. I think for my machine, I usually do 1.5 to 2 capfuls of soap, and then fill up the rest of the space with the water. The bottle says 1 cap, but 1 cap it'll be too thin, and it'll burn my hands. I don't want burnt hands. We're just about to finish up here. So here I've grabbed, I think I used the Ruzel. Oh wait, no, I was just throwing on some some aftershave there, the Ruzel aftershave tonic. What am I doing here? Throwing the cake back on. Now I'm grabbing some product, and yeah, I believe I used the Ruzel fiber pomade for this uh, finish style. That stuff's great. Not super heavy, nice matte finish, but it's really tacky, so it helps the hair kind of stick together and hold its shape without being a thick helmet type situation. Still loose, still able to move it around and manipulate it. Yeah, here I just really get in there. Just gotta really get in there. Getting in there. Oh yeah. Wipey. Clean off the hands. And we are having some conversation. I wish my mic hadn't died and could have just captured the conversation. Here I'm using my pick to comb through and style the hair. I like picks for certain situations. They're great for beards, and then great for this when you don't want to use like a regular comb. You need some longer teeth to like get down into the style. And I think at this point, we're pretty much done. And if you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment down below what you liked about this video. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.